this aircraft, there are 6 emergency exits.
Hello, everybody. This is Rod, your captain speaking. We are currently 30,000 feet in the air, and we haven't even left the airport. We just lit the joint. Just kidding, a little pilot humor there. We like to have fun. Our destination today is Casablanca, Morocco. So everyone, sit back, fasten your seatbelts, and prepare for takeoff. We will be arriving in 6 hours and 58 minutes. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Okay.
Hell yeah, I like to travel. I like to travel, but I don't got a plan. Catch me rolling through your city, yeah. Got my toes in the sand.
I think I got some wanderlust, but I don't give a damn.
7-footers, welcome back to part 2 of our Western Conference preview. We are back to wrap up the Pacific Division. And let's kick things off. We're here with Jonathan Gomez,
JG, doing it.
host of the Hoopland podcast, and of course, my co-host.
What's good? It's Jarod.
My co-host today, since your girl's in the host seat. Hey. All right. Let's kick things off with the Phoenix Suns. Oof, went 19 for 63 last year. Wow. Ooh,
They were hot garbage.
Wasn't
They
expecting
were
that that number right there. Hit me in the face. Okay. Now, I'm interested in seeing them improve. And always, I love me some Devin Booker. And I'm really excited with the addition of Ricky Rubio.
Interesting.
And-
You're higher on that than I am. That's for sure.
And Kelly Oubre Jr., of course, coming over from the Washington Wizards.
Sure, man.
Very hyped on
Another one of those all cozy fit.
Oh, come on now.
All swag, all
bad
drip.
team.
Have you seen those eyes? He can look a defender in the eyes and drop him like that. Come on now.
He could drop a woman, maybe. I don't know about.
He'd have anybody going. I mean, I know that I was on the floor, so I mean, it is what it is. But tell me what you think, boys. Phoenix Suns.
You know what?
You both looked at each other and were like, who's going to start this?
You know, I'm reluctant to say, but I'm a little higher on them than most people probably
You're
are.
definitely higher than me.
Tell us why,
Yeah,
JG.
tell me why. Tell me,
You know,
tell me why.
I do like the addition of Rubio.
I am not high on Rubio, but go ahead.
I like, because here's the thing with Rubio. I mean, he is what he is. He's not going to be a superstar in this league. He's not going to be an all-star in this league.
Right.
But he is what he is. He's a pass-first point guard.
Right. Plays
that
good
can
defense.
play good defense. And his
can hit
downside,
threes.
if he can hit threes, it's huge. But I think alongside a guy like Devin Booker, he finally has a point guard to play with, right, which is huge. And he doesn't necessarily need one because he's a great playmaker. I think underrated at making plays for his teammates. But I like that combination. I like the fact that Booker now can, he doesn't have to worry about D'ing up the best defender. Not that he really did anyway, but they have a guy who can legitimately defend there. And I also like the idea of Ayton playing with a
point guard.
with a point guard.
A pass-first point guard.
Not Isaiah Cannon.
Right.
And Booker's going to be healthy this year. I think 19 and whatever was appropriate.
Right,
Was
63,
like it was. They were awful. They were they had a bad roster. But I also like the addition of Aaron Baines, Javon Carter.
Yeah.
Who else? Check Diallo is a decent big man to come off the bench, but they added Kamitsky. They added some nice pieces. Saric, and I like Oubre and I like Bridges.
I like Sarge.
Yeah, I'm not looking at them to be like a playoff team,
Right.
but I do think that they won't be this
As
team.
bad as they were.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a team where you look at and you're like, wow, this is hot garbage.
And Josh Jackson
He's gone.
went down to the G League, so.
Well, he got
well,
traded.
he got traded.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
on.
did
He's
he?
on Memphis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I missed that news.
We'll get to Memphis.
So-
Look, so
Probably because I don't watch the Phoenix Suns. Ever.
so Ricky Rubio, people are higher on him than I am. Look, Ricky is fine, and if he's able to hit the three at a decent clip, again, and he stays healthy, pass first point guard, and he can play defense, I like him with Booker, and it will allow Booker to move off ball, do more catch and shoot threes, which is actually very good at. And again, it can help in Ayton's development. So I like it from that perspective. The pick and roll might be nice. I also like Mikal Bridges, right? Like, what
Yeah.
are we going to see from Bridges with having a point guard like Rubio who wants to set the table? So I agree with you from the standpoint of 19 and 63, they'll probably be better than that. Plus, you have Monty Williams as your new coach, was the assistant coach at Philly last year. So you're going to have a new
I'm excited about
injection and infusion of potentially a new culture. Except, as you know, culture starts from the top. And you still have Robert Sarver as your owner. So I don't know how much eventually can be done. But, you know.
I mean, I agree. I think I always look at owners and who's a good owner, who's a bad
Right.
owner. How does
Robert
that
Sarver,
reflect?
not good.
Yeah, But I just look at what they've, even with Sarver there, what they've done in the past, and there have been signs of a
Life.
competent team, a team that's gonna compete. I don't know what the ceiling is for these guys. I think maybe an additional 5 to 10 games, maybe.
10, damn, 29. That's a lot of wins.
Because you got to look at. I only say that because Booker was hurt for so much of the season last year.
Sure.
But I'm higher on Ayton than most people. I think he needs to improve defensively.
For sure.
But I like this team as a young team with some nice role players. I like what they put out there. I don't think they're gonna be this, like, you look at them and they're just laughable this season.
They can win more than 19 games. I think the big thing for them is player development. Like, is Devin Booker a good stats, bad team guy?
Yeah.
Like, is that who he is?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or is he better than that? Can he make a jump? Can Ayton make a develop? Can Mikal Bridges develop? Right? They drafted Cam Johnson, who is older than Devin Booker.
Yeah.
That's a different story. But, what is Cam Johnson going to provide them? They picked him very high.
Was it
I don't know
11th
why.
or
Yeah.
7th?
Yeah.
It was terrible. That was
I mean, his own teammate, Kobe White, was like, they picked him where? I mean, he was like, what?
Yeah. I like Oubre, but he put up 17 points a game.
He did.
But what is it like?
Good stats, bad team.
Yeah, good stats, bad team. He's still young. I think he's 24 years old. So there's some potential there.
And I think Monty Williams, as the coach, I think has a certain level of respect around the league, and he will instill a certain kind of defensive first principle. So again, I'm curious to see what kind of culture Monty's going to be able to set within that organization, and if he's able to do anything, with James Jones, their GM, what they can actually do, because they might be curious. I'll put it that way.
Nice word. I like it.
Booker, like Karl Anthony Towns, is where this team will go. If Booker's gonna be, and again, what would their record would have been if he played a little more? Maybe 25 games. But
you're saying he's worth an extra 6 wins?
I think he's worth an extra 6 wins because he's potentially worth because again, great stats, bad team. But we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I think more so what I like is the addition of a competent point guard.
Yeah.
Something that they haven't had.
Rubio is competent. I will give him that.
Yeah.
I'm not high on him, but he is competent.
He's a tough player.
And his toughness cannot be questioned, and maybe infusing that toughness into that team maybe might be what they need.
Exactly. I think, on a brighter note with the Suns, like you said, new taste of a culture, new coach, some new fun additions. I think they're going to have a new identity, a healthy Devin Booker. Hopefully, they pleasantly surprise us. With that being said, will they be a league pass team?
Nah, fam. Listen. They a House of Highlights team.
And
All right?
They're not
lastly,
a league pass team.
will they make the playoffs?
Hell no.
Okay, alrighty. Now, let's move on to the last team in the Pacific, the Sacramento Kings, the original
Dumpster fire.
Jarod dumpster fire, but
Not that anymore.
not that anymore. Number one, and number two, their clout game just went way up because if you don't know, a little man by the name of Drake, Champagne Poppy, let them borrow his jet so they can go to India. Now, not everybody is getting the jet from Drake.
The jet's
that's all
nice,
I'm
by
saying.
the way. You see the inside?
Yeah.
I
That's
was
all I'm
like,
saying.
yo, that's like a flying hotel.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's what you get when you got a guy like Marvin Bagley and De'Aaron Fox. Bagley out here putting out records over the summer.
My question
JG.
is he working on his game?
JG.
That's what I want to know.
Hey,
You
hey.
working on records? You working on your game, homie?
Okay, let's reel it back because everybody knows that Marvin Bagley is my guy.
Bagley's your guy, no doubt.
100% through and through, always in your corner.
Bagley's your guy.
He is my guy.
Listen,
my day one.
As you all know, Jenna got about 78 day ones, okay?
No.
Marvin Bagley, Kyrie,
Hey,
Donovan Mitchell.
No, let me tell you really quick. Side note before I let you guys take the floor. Marvin Bagley on some real shit,
No, he's
real
cool.
talk.
He's cool.
Is my guy. I have interviewed him a handful of times, been watching him from the beginning. I walked into an interview over All-Star Weekend, and the publicist...
He's like, what's up, Jenna?
The publicist looked at him and said, hey, Marvin, this is Jenna. He literally almost pushed him out of the way and he goes verbatim, I know who that is. It's Jenna. Get over here. I was like, my guy, a little fist bump. Okay. Now, I'm excited to see...
Bagley and Team Puma, huh?
That's right. Love those Pumas. And
Shout out to our guy Didier Morales, by the way.
That's right.
Didier's out in L.A. with Kuzma
Kuzma
right now.
now.
Listen, the Puma roster, really quick. Yo,
They built it up, baby.
Boogie,
That's what you get with Jay-Z.
Ayton, Knox.
Yep.
R.J. Barrett.
Yep.
We just mentioned
Right.
Bagley.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, great roster, young guys, real big with building the popular roster.
Yogi
and that's
Ferrell?
That's ooh, okay.
No.
I was like, they don't got Yogi. I was like, Yogi.
And I was real hyped for what he
I
was
think
gonna say, and I
Yogi
was
Ferrell.
like, no.
Nah, listen.
That's
Puma,
what you get with Jay-Z.
And you also, the original Puma basketball player, Walt Clyde Frazier.
Hey,
Knicks
hey.
legend, NBA Hall of Famer.
Word.
FaceTimed
I mean,
with him
you-
not too long
you
ago.
sure did. You sure did.
Look at this one.
No, I was at the Puma event
Yeah.
in the city here a couple weeks ago with RJ and Kevin Knox and Clyde. I like what Puma's doing. I think, look,
They're doing it right.
listen, Nike is who they are and does what they do. But I love that Puma's like, yo, we're here to play in this space too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smart to lock up 2 Knicks players too.
Yeah,
Like,
huge.
and an LA player.
And young guys. They
Yeah.
let them young
Yeah.
guys.
Yep,
So they
very
can
true.
build.
Very true. All right, Sacramento Kings went 39 for 43 last year. I'm very excited to see improvements by Marvin Bagley and De'Aaron Fox. That speed on Fox is crazy. Now, let's talk, boys. Let's talk.
I'm gonna say 45 wins.
So playoffs maybe. Oh no, for 45 get you in the playoffs in the Western Conference? I don't-
45. Well, I
don't think it will. Let
I
me
think
look.
they will be. I think they could be the 5th or 6th best team in the Western Conference.
Wow, hot take alert.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm high on this team.
He told us we were going to have disagreeing
Listen,
opinions
he
when
did,
we went
he
into
did,
this.
He did.
I'm high on this team. I'm high on De'Aaron Fox. Man, has this kid shown like
He made a big leap.
Immense
He made a big leap.
improvement.
He made a big leap.
I said this summer if he would have played for the USA
Yeah,
team,
World Championships?
I don't think we'd be talking about them losing.
You think Fox would have been
I
that,
think-
that difference maker?
I think Fox is
Bold
He wants
statement.
it. He wants it.
He is. I think he's gonna be like one of the best players in this league.
I think he's gonna be a
in-
superstar.
He wants it. He
Yeah.
wants it. So what'd you say? 45 wins this year?
I think 45 wins. I say 45 wins because what, they won 39 last season.
So 48 got you the 8 seed last year. Those are Clippers. So
then I would have to go then maybe 48.
wow, a
because
9-game improvement.
yeah, I think so. I look. They added Trevor Ariza.
Mm-hmm.
The one downside
Big
that they had
get.
That's gonna help them.
was defensively, right? And I can't speak to Cauley Stein on the defensive end,
Right,
But
right.
they added Dwayne Dedman. He
Yeah.
is not. He's not a shot blocker, but he is a rim protector.
Mm-hmm,
He's a guy who can play defense in the post.
Yeah.
They added Ariza.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those two guys alone it just improve you defensively.
I'm with you.
De'Aaron Fox he's young, so he's
And he got Buddy Hield.
yeah, De'Aaron Fox is gonna struggle defensively at times, but his quickness,
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
ability to steal the ball is great. It's great. So he may not be a lockdown defender right now,
Right.
But the kid can D up, and he can. And you always look at those guys like Rubio,
Mm-hmm.
like Steph Curry. Those steals matter.
Yeah.
And are you? So and, you know,
He's a good leader,
being
too.
a lockdown defender is a thing we throw around, but there's not many guys who are lockdown defenders.
Yeah.
The big thing is, are you a willing defender?
Yeah,
Like this
and I
is-
think he is.
Yes, and this is one of the things that always gets said. But like defense is about effort. You just have to want to play defense.
Yeah.
And
right.
then
Like
You're
it's a
right.
want to. And-
Corey Joseph is
Right.
another guy.
Right.
He's a guy that he's gonna go out there
Yeah.
and coming off the bench, he's going to play defense. I know some of these names are like what Dedman, Corey Joseph, but if you look at a team that improved from one year to the next
Mm-hmm.
last year, and then they added some solid veteran pieces, Rashawn Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just look at it and I'm like, you know what? They made subtle moves, but moves that you see as like, oh, okay, this team
Yep.
they should be in the playoffs next year. Again, like I said earlier, you never know because injuries happen or guys just they fall off. The one thing I didn't like this offseason for them was Harrison Barnes. Like,
I was just gonna bring that up. I was just gonna bring up the Harrison Barnes
but
contract.
lastly, I'm excited to see what Luke Walton can add to this.
Yes.
You know, I know he's
Yep.
got a cloud over his head, but
Right.
I'm excited to see because now he has a point guard he wanted
Yeah.
in De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
And now he has a guy who's big. What is it, 6'11", 6'10", 6'11", in Bagley, who can run the floor
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a small forward
Yeah.
shooting guard. These guys are gonna run all day, and I'm excited to see like can the offense Walton wanted to build
Right.
and create in LA.
Right. Can he
do
bring
it?
that?
And I think he can.
Yeah, and you know, obviously Walton studied under Steve Kerr,
Steve Kerr.
right? So he's got that sort of like ball movement sharing.
People
kind of
underestimate
offense.
Luke Walton.
I think Luke will do a good job there. The player I'm most interested in seeing is I agree with all the points you made. I love De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, that sort of continuing blossoming development. Harry Giles, what is Harry Giles going to be able to do?
Because last season was his first
Yeah,
season.
then he was healthy and able to play. Because look, Giles was that dude, right? Like when he was in high school and in college, he was that guy. The injuries kind of set him back a bit. Listen, if they can get production out of Harry Giles, and he worked on his game this summer, that could be a nice piece for them. And then you can talk about, okay, Sacramento doesn't really have a lot of. They don't have like a super duper star yet, but they got a lot of good players. Can they be what the Clippers were last year? Remember when the Clippers shipped out Tobias and everybody else, but they still made the playoffs? Can they be that team?
Yeah, I think I genuinely do think they'll be on the cusp in that last 6, 7, 8 area. But they have potential because you saw all the young guys improve that last season.
And they lost a lot of heartbeaking games last year.
They did.
They competed.
Yes, they competed, and they will continue to compete.
Absolutely.
So, you look at, again, subtle moves sometimes are the best moves. I'm just not.
Agreed.
Harrison Barnes is the one guy I'm like,
Right. So it's a lot of money for Barnes. But listen, Barnes is what he is, right? Like, if you use him correctly, he can knock down an open three, he can defend.
Yeah.
Very true. Okay, boys. League pass team, Sacramento Kings.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I can't wait to see those guys just
Nice.
down the
I
court.
like that. Okay, and playoffs.
They're on the bubble. Look, if all things break well for them, I think they can make it.
I'll go back and say I think 45 wins. I think we'll be surprised at like that bottom
The
tier.
8 gets like 45 wins.
Because I think there's a lot of like teams that they have some nice pieces and they're gonna really battle it out for those.
Well, because think about it, right? Let's do it really quick right now. Who are the 8 playoff teams we think for sure coming out of the West? Denver, Houston,
the Clippers, the Lakers,
Portland.
Golden State.
That's 6.
That's 6. I got Sacramento.
So that leaves one spot left between San Antonio, OKC, and the rest.
We'll get to San Antonio, but yeah.
Hey, all right. Speaking of San Antonio, let's move into the Southwest Division and talk about our last 5 teams. Let's spice things up here with the Dallas Mavericks. A lot of people sleeping on them, but I am not. Last year they went 33-49. What I'm most excited to see is obviously the duo between Luka and Kristaps Porzingis. And may I add, Kristaps Porzingis is looking real swole. Boy was up in the gym. He was fighting people in his home
Latvia?
native. Yeah.
That's probably what happened. He got his ass wrecked.
Right? And he was like, that's it. I ain't doing this again.
Did you see those pics? He is swole.
It is insane. The memes that are floating around online are crazy. I'm excited, like I said,
If
for
he
that
dies,
duo.
he dies.
The Drago.
All right, let's take the floor, boys. Let's talk about it. Dallas Mavericks.
I mean, it's what you said. Look, Luka was obviously Rookie of the Year, was all the talk last year. Can Luka improve on some of the things that he was deficient in last year, right? His shooting percentage was, kind of low, right? I mean, he took a lot of shots last year. Can he get his body, in better condition? He wasn't really in great shape last year, but obviously he's elite level passing. A fantastic scorer. He's got size. Can he be smarter on defense? Can he increase his rebounds?
You always pointed out how he was one leg up above all the other rookies.
Because he already played pro
because
ball,
of his
right?
experience.
EuroLeague is pro ball,
So,
right?
yeah.
That's better than the NCAA.
Exactly.
So, and I want to see that pick and roll with him and Kristaps like that. Wow. That's going to be exciting. You got a guy who's big as Kristaps, 7'2", who can pop out, shoot threes. That frame's bigger now, so that means he can get in the block, grab boards, bang with people.
He's coming off of injury.
DeLon Wright, a name that people aren't thinking about.
Yep.
Will he be a starter? And is he going to be that defensive stopper they need? Because guess what? If they do that, this is a team, I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but they'll be better than 33 wins, and they're going to make some noise.
Yeah, this is the poor man's 2003, early 2000s Dallas Mavericks. You got Dirk,
Hey, Steve
KP,
Nash. Yeah.
Steve Nash, Luka,
Yeah.
Michael Finley, Tim Hardaway.
Yeah. Poor man's
It's
version.
a poor man's version.
Yeah.
And no, not to diss Finley. Finley was
Right.
much better than
Tim Hardaway.
Hardaway
Yeah.
will probably ever be. But I don't know. Dallas always interests me.
Yeah.
Every season
They're a sleeper team.
Because you know why? They're coached well. Rick Carlisle's a really good coach, and they have good ownership in Mark Cuban.
True.
This is another team I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, they have some nice pieces. They added Seth Curry onto the team.
Like that addition. Good shooter.
I love that addition. They added big guys. Boban is on there.
That's
now.
right. They got Boban.
And who else is Dwight Powell's back? Those two guys right there.
A lot of size.
A lot of size, and it helps
with KP.
KP does not want to play against bigger guys.
Right. He doesn't want to bang.
He doesn't
Although
wanna bang.
now with that new frame, he might be like,
yeah,
I'll take it on.
so I like that. I think It all goes back to Luka and where his development is.
What does he do in year 2?
Yeah, I'm also. This team is. It's not just what does he do in year 2. It's also like, can they really build around him a winning team? You know,
Yeah. Can they get the right pieces in place?
Is he that guy?
Yeah.
And last season he had a hell of a season.
Yeah.
But I think we both talked about it during the season. Is this real?
Well, I mean, for me, because he was already, and Jenna knows this, like going into the draft last year, I was like, hands down, Luka #1. I said that a billion times over a billion.
Did.
Like, now, you know that I do think, and we'll get to the Memphis Grizzlies later, I do think Jaren Jackson Jr. has the potential to be the best player from that draft class.
Triple J.
But I did say Luka should be the #1 pick, and he was going to win Rookie of the Year because, again, playing EuroLeague and winning the EuroBasket MVP when you were 17 or 18 years old gives you a huge leg up over all these other rookies.
Absolutely.
Huge.
Yeah.
And is he gonna want to improve?
Right.
Or is he settled in like, this is who I am?
Right.
Because he's
I
still
hope
super
not.
young.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, as much as you hope not, you look at guys like even like Rubio. He's been playing since he was like 14
Right.
professionally,
And Rubio never got better.
and he never got better.
Like
he
much.
didn't
I
improve.
mean, his body got better and he's a better defender, but he didn't become what we thought he would be.
like
Yeah.
you've got to work on things. And this kid, the offense is there,
Oh yeah.
and the defense is all about what you're willing to put out. But how can he like pick smarter shots? Can he cut down the turnovers? Can he just be more concise when he's running?
And I think
offense?
having Kristaps, right? Those are two. Listen, if those two are healthy and play 72 games, 75 games this season, that's going to be one of the better duos in the NBA in terms of total points, rebounds, assists. It's going to be. They're going to be up there.
Yeah.
and his health, again, I'm glad he bulked up, but history
We'll see.
shows big men,
Can he stay healthy? Oh,
Yeah.
the other thing is too, I'm a big Justin Jackson guy. I just wonder, what is he? Is he just, destined to be an off the bench role player and that's really his ceiling and he's not getting any better than that?
Yeah.
That's how I always see him. Is like, I can see this guy having a 10, 12-year career and just being
Just
that
coming
dude.
off the bench,
Like
yeah.
he's on
Yeah.
contenders or competitive teams, but
Hey.
we'll see.
Exactly. All right, let's talk League Pass. Are the Dallas Mavericks a League Pass team?
Yep.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Will they make the playoffs?
No, but they're going to be very competitive, I think.
Yeah, I think they're going to be competitive. I think they can be on the cusp of that, like,
Yeah.
9
community or that, like,
10,
little group
like,
that's fighting for, like, 9, 10, maybe.
True. All right. Let's move on to the Houston Rockets. Win 53 for 29 and
man.
won the division last year, 4th seed. Obviously, you know my answer here. I am
course.
the most excited to see Russell Westbrook and James Harden team up. I like what I see. If they are as synchronized with their dance moves at a Drake concert as they are on the floor, we are going to have some lethal problems. Now,
I want to see Anthony Bennett.
in Media Day, Russ said that all other teams should fear them and that they weren't scared. I'm also excited to see my guy, PJ Tucker, back, banging up people down there and, the returning role players. So I think that this was an even, if not better, get for the Rockets. So I think that they should improve, pending on the duo that we have in Harden and Westbrook. Boys?
So I think everybody obviously wants to see that. I'm going to put that to the side for now because I'm sure, JG, you'll probably want to bring that up.
Yeah.
What I want to talk about is the margins. I think you know what you're going to get from Harden and Westbrook from a productivity standpoint, right? This team will make the playoffs. They're going to score points. They're going to do what they do. I wonder about their margins. Daniel House, he's a rangy, athletic wing. Like, can he develop into something more than what he was? Will Capella get back to defensive play from 2 years ago, right? He was fine offensively last year, but defensively he took a little bit of a step back. Can he get back to that form when they were literally 1 quarter away from going to the NBA Finals against the Golden State, when they had the Golden State Warriors down?
Mm-hmm.
Your man, PJ Tucker, who, by the way, is a sneaker free agent. I don't know if you saw his Instagram post.
I saw it. I got nervous at first. I read the caption before I looked at the picture, and I got so nervous.
Apparently, he's a sneaker free agent, so he's looking for a new sneaker sponsor. But 2, is PJ Tucker going to be a great 3-and-D guy again? He's 33 years old, right? Like, been playing ball into late June for the last couple seasons. Like, and he plays so tough, guards the hardest matchup on the other end. That wears on your body after a while. Like, 33 is not young. So the margins concern me on Houston. Are they enough to – because, look, Daryl Morey and Tillman Fertitta and Mike D'Antoni, they're bringing the band back together because they want to win a chip. is this team good enough to get back to a conference finals as presently constituted and win a title?
I'm going to say yes because Harden's going to come out with that one-legged, that extra move he's been teasing.
And you know I love Harden, but JG, go ahead.
It's a huge question mark, right? Like, what is this going to look like? Because both of these guys are like ball
dominant.
Yeah, and that just it. I just don't know, right? Like, it's probably one of the first times in maybe since Denver traded for AI with Melo
and
like you just was like, well, how is this going to work?
Right.
And it really didn't. They made the playoffs, they were successful, but it didn't work.
Right.
The difference here is that these guys are like
they're boys, and they were 9 years old in LA. Like
that matters though, chemistry.
And I'd say out of the 4 players just mentioned, Harden is probably by and large the best one.
Yeah,
and he's not only can he score, but he's a hell of a passer.
Oh yeah, Harden's led the league in assists, so he's.
But what I'm really curious about is seeing how they actually run an offense.
Yes, yes.
Who is going to be the guy that's going to bring the ball down and make that offense flow?
And when the other one has the ball, what is the other one doing? He's just standing in the corner.
Yeah.
Or is he cutting and moving and doing things?
In Russ's defense last season, he played off ball a little bit better.
Barely.
George is not Harden though, right?
Right.
Harden is a much better playmaker, and the offense is going to be easier maybe for Russell Westbrook. But he's not a spot up shooter.
He
needs
shooting
the ball in his hands.
shooting's gotten worse.
Yeah. So the question really comes down to like who's gonna like make this offense flow, and how is Harden gonna adjust to him not having the ball in his hands? Because I can actually see.
So do you take the ball out of Harden's hands and give it to Russ? Can't do that.
That's what I was gonna say. Because I could probably see Harden adjusting a little bit better to that, but then it's not the same because Harden has so many more weapons than Russ does. And he's such a better playmaker.
Harden's bag is way deeper for sure.
I mean, even when they played in OKC, you used to see like he was just even then he was a better playmaker.
They brought Harden on the floor to close because they knew.
So I'm interested to see because aside from them two, they have a lot of shooters on that team.
Mm-hmm.
And you need somebody that's going to open up that offense and going to find open looks for these guys.
I think Aaron Gordon's going to help a lot with that.
Eric Gordon? Yeah.
Eric Gordon, sorry. I said Aaron.
And I like it. I do like the addition of Tyson Chandler because now you have another big who,
Rim
of course,
run
him and Nene are like 90 years old. But,
right.
You have these two guys that can help in the middle. But this is going to be...
Listen, it's going to be must-see TV, for sure.
In a perfect world, I would hope that despite this obviously being Harden's team, I would hope that he would step back a little bit and say, okay, we've made it to the same point every single year.
And we keep bumping
How
our heads.
can I utilize Russ in that way? Do I need to take a step back a little bit? Do I need to watch my load management? And Russ is going to be a blessing. And then you also need to say, hey, in a perfect world, again, if I'm Russ, okay, it hasn't worked for me in OKC.
Right.
I was the guy, but let me be a different kind of guy in this Rockets team. So it's going to be interesting. I think everybody needs to adjust in a way, but hey, League Pass team?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And playoff team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about this new identity, new look of the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm so excited.
Oh, no, you skipped Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. Well, I mean, you see why I probably went to the Pelicans. Memphis Grizzlies last year went 33 for 49 last year. Okay. Sorry. Excuse me right there. Now, Memphis Grizzlies, I'm really excited for your guy, Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. to team up with, I think,
Ja Morant.
is one guy that a lot of people are sleeping on because he's a little tiny, not as built. Ja Morant. I'm excited for it. This duo is going to be fun. I think the Grizzlies have a lot of development and learning to do.
Absolutely.
I mean, we also have Grayson Allen and
Boo, that man.
Jay Crowder, Valanciunas.
Yeah.
Look,
we got some pieces.
Triple J put on muscle this. I mean, he was
He did.
I was on Instagram. I was like, damn, son. I was like,
did.
he bulked up too. My big thing with Triple J, okay, the muscle's on. I want to see his rebound rate increase.
Yes.
I want to see his foul rate decrease. Right? Those are the two things I'm looking at for him going into his second season. But of course, big men, that's what they struggle with often coming into the league.
For sure.
How does he and Morant mesh? What does that 1-4, 1-5 pick and roll look like?
Yeah.
Because remember, Triple J can step out and shoot threes, right? Like he's your new type of prototypical big man who can space the floor, who can also get down low and do things like that. do Jay Crowder, Valanciunas help the young kids? Iggy is not going to be at training camp because their whole thing is they're going to try to work out a way to trade him to a contender, right? I would have loved Iggy to be there just to help mentor these guys, but Iggy's probably like, I don't want to be in a team that's not going to be very good, right?
Yeah.
And Memphis, I think a future rivalry in this league and in this division is going to be Memphis and New Orleans in the years to come. It's going to be a great rivalry because with Triple J, Ja, with Zion, like it's going to be a fantastic rivalry in the years to come.
This
This
new
new crop of the
Yeah.
bottom of this league, but they're
And
not
they're
going.
fun.
They're not going to be good right now, but I'm very excited to see how they develop. New coaching staff, new front office, a lot of new things going on in Memphis. So I'm very
Rebuild.
curious to see.
Yeah, I'm the same. Jaren Jackson and John Morant, seeing them together, it's going to be fun. It's probably going to be really brutal at times.
Yep, for
especially
sure.
with Morant. He's a
Yeah.
point guard,
Yeah, yeah.
and they struggle.
They struggle. Yeah.
But I'm excited to see those two. One signing I like, especially because they just drafted Morant, is Tyus Jones.
Yeah, I was going to say Tyus Jones. Yeah.
He's a really good like role player, backup point guard. He may not what he doesn't show up in the box score. One of those kinds of guys.
Right.
But it helps because when things get tough for Morant, you could throw him in there. He's
Right.
young too.
Yeah, but he's
he's
already got
kind of-
that NBA experience.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
the NBA experience, and I think he knows what he is, and he's just gonna go out there and do his job.
Yep.
That whole cliche.
Yeah.
But they're bad.
Yeah,
They're a
they're
bad
not going to be
roster,
good.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm really looking forward to those two guys. And we'll see what happens with Josh Jackson.
Yeah,
Very
I
true.
hear he's a little bit of a head case.
Yeah, and he's down in the G League right now. Look, he obviously has some issues that he needs to work on and address, and I hope he gets that help and
Yeah.
does that because, I thought he was picked way too high, but he's got talent, right? So,
Well, I think come on, there was teams offering up how many draft picks for him? The Celtics like 3 or 4.
he's got talent.
Yeah. He just needs to kind of come into his own and discover that
Mm-hmm.
talent. So, all right, League Pass team, Memphis Grizzlies.
For me, yeah, I'll watch them on League Pass.
Maybe to be
Okay.
determined.
Okay.
Got to see my guy
Okay,
Triple
we'll
J.
have to get an update from that in the time to come here. And playoff team.
No.
In 2022, maybe.
Yeah, maybe 2022.
Okay, well, there's that. Now, back to the guys I've been trying to talk about. The new identity, new phases, New Orleans Pelicans. Last year, they went 33 for 49. I am so excited, obviously, to see Zion Williamson get in there with these guys. JJ Redick, great shooting in him coming from Philadelphia. We also have Lonzo Ball, who I'm excited to see. We saw some chemistry online with them
Brandon Ingram.
recently. Brandon Ingram. Whole new identity of a team. And before I let you guys take the floor, I have to talk about something I saw today that was going viral. Ball's Life. I saw it on. They posted a picture of the Duke lineup, and it says
yep.
Zion was 2 years old when JJ Redick was a freshman at Duke.
crazy.
Let that sink in your mentals right there. 19 years
crazy.
old, incredible player, nice guy. He got that Jordan contract,
Mm-hmm,
obviously. And really quick, too, side note, media day, JJ Redick, there was a fun bit
yep.
there. He told Zion, don't F this up for me,
Right.
man. I've made it to the playoffs for X amount of
Every
years.
single year he's been in the league. Jay's been in the playoffs.
Yep.
Been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which is incredible when you think about it.
No,
They're
it
going to
really
be
is.
fun down in New Orleans. I'm excited, boys. Take the floor.
Go ahead. You start.
I'm excited to see those three guys specifically, Ingram, Lonzo, and Zion. I mean, the talent there is. I'm really big on
2 number 1
Alonzo.
picks in
I
your
mean,
starting
Zoe.
lineup.
Yeah, I'm big on Zoe. I know a lot of people aren't. This is only going to be his third year, but the potential there is out of this world, and he knows how to play basketball.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
like guys that young, they obviously they know, but to know where to be is and even when you don't have the ball in your hands, even when the ball is the guy you're defending doesn't have the ball in your hands, to know where to be, that's something that guys learn. Even they're still learning in their 4th year, and he's
Well, he
already
was-
ahead of the curve.
Also under LBJ, so
Yeah.
a lot of that knowledge,
Yep.
too, could come from that.
Well, he was still good in his first year. He just
Oh,
struggled.
yeah,
a little.
yeah.
No, I'm just, no, but yeah, I mean, even Hayes,
Yeah,
Hart,
Jackson Hayes. Yeah.
Drew
Holiday.
Walker,
Drew Holiday.
but is Zion like the real deal? Like that's where the
Oh, I'm
question.
rooting for him so hard.
I am too.
I love what Griff and Trajan Langdon are doing right now. By the way, did you see the hype video that came out for the Pelicans? Their official Twitter account sent it out.
I'm not sure if
And
I
it's
saw that
basically
one.
like, we're not going to bow down to any king, and we don't need a king.
yeah.
It was basically a subtle shot at Anthony Davis and LeBron James, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Which, hey, is what it is. Davis wanted to go out and find a king. He's got his king now, right? Like,
Oh,
good luck with that.
shoot.
Good luck with that. We'll see where New
Okay.
Orleans is going to be going forward. I like how they're saying and they're putting it out there that Zion is not our savior. And they're trying to take expectations
too.
off this kid. Because look,
Well, yeah.
right now, expectations are way too high. This idea, because he is the most talked about player coming into the league since LeBron James.
Uh-huh.
And once everyone starts doing that, the natural thing is he going to have LeBron James' career? That might be the greatest basketball player of all time. That's a lot to put on somebody.
Way too much.
Look, will he even have Anthony Davis's career? Like, that's what this is a lot to put on this young man. Everything we're seeing suggests he has the makeup and the game, but we have to actually see it come to fruition. I'm not saying he won't do it. I'm saying everyone needs to calm down and not think this guy's going to come onto the scene, average 22 and 10, and slow your roll.
I mean, during the draft, I asked him, I said, what is the biggest misconception about you? And he said the fact that I am already portrayed to be someone that, not saying that I'm not, but like,
Right.
I'm Zion.
Right.
That is me.
Yeah.
Allow
People
him to
are
grow
judging
and be
me already.
whoever he's going to be.
Yeah.
And part of that is
Give
the
him a
social
fair
media
shot.
age, and we've been seeing him on highlights since he's a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
And that's just the nature of, right? Because even with LeBron, we knew about LeBron at Mount St. Vincent St. Mary and Akron, but not to the level how we know Zion. Like, you
Yeah.
had to turn on to find
It's a
games for
different
LeBron.
time, too, yeah.
It's on your phone every 2 seconds. Oh, the
Yeah.
Zion kid, the Zion kid, the Zion kid. And the
Yeah.
name, Zion. It's like this whole, like, mythical, heavenly, like, it's like, dude.
I'm rooting for him. I
Oh,
really am.
100%.
Same.
100%.
I'm excited
that
about
train.
the potential.
There's a lot of potential on that team.
Yeah.
And he's such a big
He's a big dude.
guy.
Listen, what I worry about, though, is if New Orleans, because look, everyone thinks they're going to be better than people think, and I do too.
I do too.
If they underperform out the gate,
Yeah.
what when the noise starts happening, what is the reaction to Zion?
Yeah.
How does he handle that? Right? Because that's the thing he's not been used to. That, hey, welcome to the pros, kid. This is how it's going to be.
I feel like being at Duke, being that guy at Duke, helped prep
but Duke
him.
won.
I understand,
Like,
yeah.
Duke wins. Like,
But I mean, I think it helped prep him because the pressure was on his shoulders there too when he was compared to LeBron.
Yeah.
So
I think he's a grounded guy.
he
right?
seems it.
very
So,
grounded.
I think
very grounded.
I think he'll be able to deal with it well. The thing is, it's like, who deals with losing well?
No one.
All
really.
these guys are competitive. So,
True.
He's, how old is he?
19.
Like, let
He
him be a
just
kid.
turned 19.
Yeah,
Oh, I am all for that.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
don't want people to rush his development. Listen,
Yeah.
let him grow and let this team grow. Again, with Drew Holiday. By the way, have you seen Lonzo Ball's jumper? Looking much cleaner.
Form is
Mechanics
looking nice.
looking much tighter and cleaner.
Form's looking good.
You got, as I mentioned, Drew. You got Brandon Ingram, JJ Redick. I mean, you've got veteran presence on this team.
Yeah.
Nice.
Frank Jackson. I mean, Jackson Hayes. There's a lot of talent on this team. Derek Favors. Look, I'm not going to say they're going to make the playoffs, but I'm going to tell you this. Don't think you're going to come into New Orleans for
And sweep 'em.
the second game on in 3 nights, or you played on Monday. You got into New Orleans on Monday night. You go out to Bourbon Street. You have a good time, and you got a game on Tuesday night. And you think you're going to be good. This team's going to, and with Alvin Gentry's system, they're going to run
Yeah.
up and down the floor.
They're gonna play tough ball.
So you best be in condition because they're going to listen.
That's right.
They can wear you out.
I'm kind of down more than everybody else is on this team. Like, I like what they did this offseason. I really do. More for the future than
now.
Than the now,
Yeah.
right? But like JJ Redick is we talk about father time.
Yeah.
You saw last season in the playoffs. He's old.
Yeah, it's
and
catching
it
up.
hurts.
It's
So
catching up. Still valuable though. Still very valuable.
Super valuable.
Yep.
It's super valuable. That center position. I know everybody who's talked about it talks about Okafor's body, but you know what? For the last 3 seasons, his body has gotten better.
Yeah.
And the one,
And he's stepping out shooting threes now.
which is fine. But you want to know what the problem was with Okafor? Why Okafor is where he is in his career? Because he doesn't rebound and he doesn't defend. And you know what? Despite him hitting threes, yeah, he's more valuable. But why is it that Brook Lopez can still be out on the court? He doesn't rebound,
Right.
but you know what he does well? He blocks shots. He defends the rim. He is a body in the middle. It's not for defending another big man. It's for protecting the rim from guards.
So
It's for-
maybe Favors will fill that void.
maybe Favors, but Favors is also old and injury prone. So like, there's some things here I look at. Like, so Jackson Hayes, there's a
Rookie,
little bit,
but he's good. He's got a lot of talent.
he's good. Ingram and Lonzo. The one thing I worry about these guys, and I think people forget, is that the last 2 seasons were not easy for them.
No.
Because they went into it 2 seasons ago when Lonzo was a rookie, and it was like this was their team. They were the future. And so they were being allowed to develop.
Right.
Lonzo got hurt. Then LeBron James comes in.
And that goes out the window.
And that goes out. It's like,
Yep.
Ingram who? Like,
Yeah,
we don't
ain't
need
no
to
development here. We don't
Yeah.
develop.
development
Yeah,
here. So
right.
so there still is that like little bit of there's still development that needs to happen there.
And that's the right environment with Griff and Trajan Langdon running that
Yeah.
organization.
Yeah, you like that front office and that
I
coaching
love that.
staff.
Yeah. And so there's some things that I look at. I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, did they put together a really good roster with after losing Anthony Davis? Hell yeah,
And
they
all the
did.
picks and
all
it's a fantastic.
They did
roster.
a wonderful job, but I'm just pretty low on them in terms of what they're going to be next year. I think they're going to compete, and I think they're not. They're
Very
going to be a
competitive.
tough out on any given night. But I do like when the losses start coming. I'm going to be like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
there because.
yeah.
You know,
They're
Josh
still-
Hart is good, but
Right.
how
They're,
good is he?
they're
at this
still young
point?
guys. You're still
Yeah.
relying on young guys. You got Drew Holiday, but like you got JJ Redick, you got some veterans there, but you still have young guys that have to come along.
Yeah, because look, if there's anything people forget is that on any given night, you are, I don't know, Lonzo Ball, and you're going up against JJ Barea, right? He is like, in the grand scheme of things, he's just a regular role player. But on any given night, he can take one of these young boys and really put in some work. The point is, he's a veteran NBA player, and these guys know how to play the game, and they can run circles around you sometimes. You
Yeah.
saw it the first game, Lonzo's first game,
Yeah.
Pat Beverly.
Yeah.
He took it to him.
He's working.
My point is that when
And-
you're
and
playing
that's what
against
I-
NBA vets,
But that's why I think having Drew, having JJ Redick, having
Yeah.
Derek Favors, having those type of guys will help them understand, yo, man, this is what it's like in this league.
Yeah.
Like, you know, let me act, because those are veterans who are willing to teach and show. I don't know how much teaching and showing they were getting from LeBron, to be honest.
and I really hope this isn't the case this year, but Drew Holiday, I don't think he's played more than 70 games in his entire career.
And I hope he does. Like, Drew's an excellent defender, and he's, you know, honestly, he's their best player right now.
He's their best
Like,
player.
So,
And so I really hope that they are much better than I think, but I'm not like super high on them. I think, and a lot of people say they're playoff team. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs. If everything aligns,
Right.
If
They
Zion
could.
is as good as
Right.
people think, or
Right.
even if he's just
a little better. Yeah.
so, I think I love their future though.
Yeah.
That I do
Okay.
love.
League pass team
Yeah, for sure. Definitely leave
and playoff team.
No, but
No.
they'll be exciting, and they'll be in their games. What I
Okay.
think.
Okay. Last but certainly not least, the Pop-led San Antonio Spurs. Last year, they were the 7th seed, went 48 for 34. I am most excited to see the return of my guy, DeJounte Murray,
DeJounte
off
Murray
of that
season.
injury. And it was supposed to be his season last season, and this will be his. I'm telling you, I have so much promise in this kid. I will bet money on this kid. Mental, physical, everything.
with you.
He's ready to take this team and win.
I'm with you. DeJounte Murray season is what I'm looking forward
This is
to.
it. This is it.
I'm a little concerned. You know, LMA and DeRozan are just a year older now, right? I mean,
And DeRozan with DeJounte. Oh,
Like,
it's like DD. What's
I,
up?
I like it, but again, LMA's another year older. DeRozan another year older.
But DeRozan hasn't showed anything that's not promising.
No, and LaMarcus can shoot. So, like, I just, you
Yeah.
know, look, the Spurs are who they are, the infrastructure and everything that's there. It's like they're a metronome, right? You look up, you're like, damn, another 48 wins. They're going to make the playoff. Like, they just find ways to do it.
It's the Pop effect.
It runs out eventually, but they're solid. That's what they are, solid.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Pop effect or the Spurs effect. I think the one thing you saw last season. I mean, also is Derek White.
Yes, Derek White.
Like he came out of nowhere,
Yep,
right? That's
yep.
it's like what happens in San Antonio, and
Lonnie Walker, what are we going to see from him?
yeah, I'm looking forward to Walker, White, and Murray. Like those three guys, I really want to see
Those
what
young
they
guys,
can do.
yep.
Quincy Brown as well. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
What's his name? Brian Forbes.
Got jokes.
No,
Oh,
but
Bryn Forbes.
Brim Forbes. But no, I'm excited to see what Murray and those two other guys can do next season. I don't know. It's the Spurs. Like I haven't been excited about them, even with Duncan, because it's just kind of like every year you kind of expect the same thing. And I'm a huge Duncan's like one of my.
Did you see the videos of Duncan today running suicides with the team?
Well, maybe he's coming back. Who knows? And
Yo, you never know. He might whip out a jersey on the side.
No,
But, like-
TD's going to stay retired.
I think he's going to be a great addition to that coaching staff, though.
It'll be interesting to see him
I
on
think
the
what I
bench.
like about them so much though is that they haven't completely turned into the new age team,
Right.
but so I think when teams go up against them, I think they're sometimes unprepared for like what they're facing in terms of the Spurs. Because
Yeah.
they're preparing for like this run and gun offense,
Yep.
these shooters, these like positionless basketball, and the Spurs aren't.
They're not really doing that. No.
You know, I saw years ago this Major League had like a Major League back to the minors, and there was a pitcher in there who could only throw like 50 miles per hour. So that they put him to pitch, and he was striking everybody out because nobody ever saw a pitch that slow. So that's what I look at the Spurs that's what I think.
Everyone
about.
zigs, they zag.
Hey.
You know,
And it's fine.
and it works for them.
And it's fine. They're doing the smart thing. They're staying competitive.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
again, you got to put asses in the seat.
Hey, you got to do that. So, speaking of that, are they a league pass team?
No.
I mean, I will tune in for some Murray and some, a few things, but they're
Yeah.
Love it. And will they make the playoffs?
it'll be tight, but I'm not going to bet against Pop.
Yeah, I think they'll make the playoffs. He's
I like
got
that.
a system. And they just signed DeMar. Like, they.
It'll be tight, but I won't bet against Pop.
I hear you. I won't either. All right, guys. We just wrapped up a full analysis, hot take,
Of the
2
entire
hour
Western Conference.
rant. Yes, that is right. And thanks to our really good friend, Jonathan Gomez,
Thank you guys for
host
having
of the
me.
Hoopland podcast, for assisting us tonight.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you guys
Appreciate
so
having
much.
you.
This was fun. I'm so excited. I'm ready to do my fantasy draft after all this stuff.
I love it. I love it. Now, guys, you can catch us giving you guys all the breakdowns. Gerard, when's our next time that we will be back?
We will be back next week with the Eastern Conference preview. Again, team by team breakdown. We will be bringing on our friends from the Ain't Hard to Tell podcast, Brian Fonseca and Dexter Henry. That'll be another 2-hour extravaganza of fun.
And it will not be as civil.
Yeah,
No.
definitely.
Trust
Definitely,
me,
definitely
it
not.
will not be
Definitely
as
not.
civil as
With
this-
those
as
two,
this
it will not be. Definitely
It-
not.
it
but,
won't.
But we're looking forward to
I've
that.
seen Brian's temple. Like,
I won't sit near him when
Yeah.
we
he's
do these.
going to want to fight. You know how he gets.
I won't sit near him when we do these. Absolutely not. Sorry, Brian. Love you, but won't do it.
But as usual, guys, you know where to find us. Rate, review, follow Apple, Spotify, where else? YouTube, Instagram, at 7 Footers Podcast, all the things, at Jenna Lemoncelli, at JS Hector. JG, where can the people find you?
my personal Instagram is Horatio G14. Long story. And the Hoopland podcast on Instagram and Twitter for both. Those are the handles for both Twitter and Instagram.
Yes. Go
Awesome.
listen, guys. Go support. And thanks for hanging with us.
Thank you
Thanks, guys. Peace.
Spent a couple years out here with these raps, trying to have a plan that we made come true. Applied to some jobs, but I ain't hit back. I don't wanna trap, what's a man gonna do? Chevy told me come through to the spot. Got a little kickback, bring the whole crew. Right around 10, came dressed to the nines. You already know what we really finna do when we pull up on the scene. Pull up on the scene, pull up on the scene. Yeah, we pull up on the scene. See, my life is a movie. Pull up on the scene, did it so smoothly. Pull up on the scene. Mario Kart when I'm out on the road. Only out for peaches and getting that cream. Cash rules, everything is set me.